In the year 2150, Mars looks calm and beautiful from space, with human cities glowing softly across the red planet. From orbit, the planet appears peaceful, almost like a quiet new home where human civilization has finally begun to expand. But in 2150, the surface of Mars remains one of the most dangerous environments any human could ever stand on. Violent dust storms sweep across the planet, filling the thin air with deadly particles that damage machines and human bodies. There is still no natural life on this red desert, only endless dust, rocks, and silence across thousands of empty kilometers. Mars has almost no atmosphere, meaning nothing protects humans from deadly radiation and freezing temperatures coming from deep space. The sunlight on Mars is harsh and unfiltered, striking the surface without the protective shield that Earth's thick atmosphere provides. Powerful cosmic radiation passes through the thin Martian air, slowly damaging anything that tries to live or survive on this planet. Even the horizon of Mars feels cold and alien, reminding every human that this world was never designed to support life. In 2150, nothing on this planet is naturally safe, and every moment outside is a constant battle against an extremely hostile environment. A human standing on Mars in 2150 is standing on a planet that is constantly trying to kill them in invisible and unstoppable ways. Even inside a high-tech space suit, every breath depends on fragile machines working perfectly in one of the harshest places ever known. If you remove your helmet on Mars, you are no longer breathing air, but exposing your body to a deadly and empty vacuum. All the oxygen inside your lungs would escape instantly, leaving you struggling for air on a planet where none exists. You would not be able to take a single real breath, because the Martian atmosphere contains almost no oxygen for humans. Without air pressure, the fluids in your body would begin to boil, causing severe damage to your blood vessels and organs. Your muscles would stop working properly as your cells are destroyed by oxygen loss and the brutal conditions around you. Mars does not offer mercy or second chances, because the environment is simply too extreme for the human body to survive. The planet would remain silent and unchanged as another human life is lost on the deadly and unforgiving Martian surface. Your body would collapse onto the red ground, becoming just another lifeless object on a world that never cared about human survival. Mars has extremely low air pressure compared to Earth, making it impossible for human lungs to function without advanced life support systems. Radiation from deep space constantly strikes the planet, because Mars lacks the powerful magnetic field that protects Earth from this invisible danger. This radiation slowly destroys human cells, increasing the risk of cancer, organ failure, and permanent damage inside the human body. Powerful solar storms make conditions even worse, flooding the Martian surface with deadly energy that no unprotected human skin can endure. You cannot see or feel this radiation, but it is always present, silently attacking everything that attempts to live on Mars. Even the Martian sky becomes a source of danger, as invisible energy rains down from space with nothing to stop it. The ground itself offers no protection from radiation, allowing harmful particles to pass through the soil and into human bodies. The sunlight on Mars does not gently warm the surface, but instead burns and damages living tissue because it is so intense. Human DNA begins to break apart under constant radiation, causing mutations and long-term damage that cannot easily be repaired. Over time, the human body slowly loses its ability to heal and survive under these relentless and deadly cosmic conditions. Mars is also unbelievably cold, with temperatures dropping far below anything the human body has ever evolved to survive naturally. Ice can form in just seconds on exposed surfaces, instantly freezing anything not protected by advanced technology or heavy insulation. Powerful winds carry freezing dust across the planet, cutting into equipment and making every movement outside even more dangerous. temperatures on Mars can fall to -100 degrees Celsius, turning the planet into a frozen and deadly wasteland. Even the most advanced spacesuits in 2150 struggle to keep human bodies warm in such extreme and unforgiving cold. Frost forms quickly on helmets, gloves, and machines, showing how fast Mars tries to freeze everything around it. Breathing becomes more difficult as life support systems work harder to maintain warmth and pressure inside the suit. Outside the protected cities, there is no natural shelter where a human could survive for more than a very short time. Thick layers of ice cover parts of the Martian surface, making the landscape even more hostile to any form of life. Mars nights are long, frozen, and silent, creating an environment that feels closer to deep space than to any living world. That is why in the year 2150, humans on Mars live inside giant domes designed to protect them from radiation, cold, and deadly air loss. Inside these domes, the air is carefully controlled to feel like Earth, allowing people to breathe normally and live in comfort. Artificial skies are projected above the cities, giving residents the illusion of blue skies instead of the harsh red Martian sky. Many Mars cities are built underground, using layers of rock and metal to provide extra protection from the dangerous surface. Warm artificial lighting replaces deadly sunlight, creating a safe and comfortable space for people to live and work every day. Families build their lives inside these sealed environments, relying completely on technology to survive on this distant and hostile planet. Children grow up without touching real Mars air, experiencing the planet only through thick glass and protective walls. Even plants must be grown in controlled environments, because Martian soil and air cannot naturally support Earth-based life. Every wall and every dome is built to keep death outside, separating fragile human life from the brutal planet beyond. The thin layer of glass and metal between humans and Mars is the only thing that allows civilization to exist here at all. By 2150, anyone who needs to go outside must wear advanced Mars spacesuits that act like small personal spaceships around their bodies. These suits provide oxygen, pressure, and temperature control, allowing humans to survive for a limited time on the deadly surface. A complex digital system constantly monitors the wearer's health, oxygen levels, and environment to prevent sudden and fatal failures. The suit seals the human completely from Mars, creating a tiny pocket of Earth-like conditions inside a very hostile world. Every step taken outside a Mars dome is extremely dangerous, because even a small mistake could lead to serious injury or death. Oxygen levels must stay perfectly stable, because a sudden drop would quickly leave the person unable to breathe or think clearly. The technology inside the suit works non-stop to protect the human body from radiation, cold, and the deadly lack of air. One small failure in the system can become deadly in seconds, leaving no time for rescue or emergency repairs. Pressure and airflow must be carefully balanced, or the human body will begin to suffer severe and irreversible damage. For anyone living on Mars in 2150, their spacesuit is not clothing, but the only thing standing between them and instant death. Even a tiny crack in a Mars spacesuit can allow air to escape, turning a safe situation into a deadly emergency. Oxygen begins leaking out immediately, reducing the amount of breathable air inside the suit with terrifying speed. As oxygen levels drop, the human inside begins to feel dizzy, weak, and unable to think or move properly. Panic takes over as the person realizes their life depends on fixing a problem that might already be too late. Warning systems flash red inside the helmet, signaling that the suit is failing and that only seconds remain. The technology struggles to seal the damage, but Mars offers no mercy when systems stop working as they should. The human collapses onto the Martian ground as their body loses strength, slowly running out of the oxygen it needs. Other astronauts rush to help, but in this deadly environment, even a few seconds can decide between life and death. Emergency systems try to save the person, but sometimes the damage is simply too great to overcome in time. On Mars in 2150, one small mistake is often enough to cost a human their life with no chance for rescue. Inside the protective domes, humans can live safely, breathing clean air and enjoying a controlled environment far from Mars's dangers. Outside those walls, the red planet remains just as deadly and unforgiving as it has always been since long before humans arrived. Life on Mars exists only behind thick glass and metal, separating fragile human bodies from the brutal reality outside. Beyond the cities, violent dust storms and radiation never stop, constantly reminding everyone how dangerous this planet truly is. In the year 2150, every human on Mars understands one simple truth: the planet is beautiful, but it will never forgive human weakness.